Hey guys, so to start off this look, I'm going to be going in with my Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer. Of course, you know I already moisturized, but I'm going to take this primer and work it into my pores, which are along the sides of my nose. Those are my really enlarged ones. I love this primer because it makes your pores completely diminish, so I spend a little bit of time actually pressing that into my skin and getting it to a nice, even finish. For my foundation, I'm going to start by wetting my beauty blender with a little bit of that L'Oreal Infallible spray, and I'm going to be taking my Smashbox hydrating foundation and I'm going to be dabbing this all over my face. And yeah, I really like this foundation. It is a really nice natural finish that doesn't make a lot of oil break through, and I just really like how it lays on the skin and it matches my fake tan really well. So I'm just going to go in with this in my damp beauty blender. There's nothing special about that L'Oreal Infallible spray. If I had water in a spray bottle, I would do the exact same thing. So it's just convenience, really. To do my T-zone, which is where I get the oiliest, I'm going to take this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. And I'm just focusing that on my T-zone, and I really like the way this foundation handles oil, so that's why I focus it on my T-zone and not anywhere else on the rest of my face, because I want to keep the rest of my face where I don't really need that like strong foundation. I just want to keep that nice and easy, so that's what I do. To highlight, I'm going to be taking my Urban Decay weightless concealer, and I have the lightest shade, which I know is probably a little extra and I don't need that much highlight, but hey, I need to use it because I had it since before I self-tanned, so now I just make it work. So I'm going in with that and then blending out with my sponge as well. I only do one section of my face at a time, because I don't like how the concealer like sits on it if I don't blend it out right away. So that is my tip. Make sure you blend it out right away or else it might mess with your base. To set all that, I'm going in with my Mercier Secret brightening powder, and I am just using a ton of that because I just really like that bright highlighted effect, and I'm also using it to bake. So I'm putting on all the powder there and I'm just letting it sit there with its excess and let it really absorb into my skin. So you can see that I'm seriously packing on the powder, but by the time that we're done with the rest of our face, everything is gonna have gone into the skin, like your skin absorbs it, and it's going to heat up with your body temperature, so it's going to look nice and normal. So don't worry about the huge like crazy under eye effect I have going on right now. It will even out, I promise. For the rest of my face, I'm going in with Nars pressed powder in Beach, and this is just a basic pressed powder. Sometimes I don't even powder the rest of my face because I don't get oily there, but today I just powdered it. So I've never filled my brows in on camera, and it's just because I didn't think I was doing anything special, but someone requested for me to show them in a video, so I'm going to show you. Ignore my self-tan fingers, by the way. So I'm taking my favorite tool, the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I just comb through my brows, and now I'm tracing out the bottom of my brows. So as you can see, I have really like no shape or structure. So I'm just taking it on the bottom of my brow and finding my shape. So I'm doing more of a straight brow. So I find my shape on the bottom and then I go in and then I fill it on top to match the bottom. That was probably super confusing, but I say most importantly, start with the bottom layer so you know where your top one has to meet. It takes some practice and each brow is different, but you can see how I do mine here. I literally just trace the outline and then I fill it in. And sometimes I fill it in darker than others, but I try to keep the shape the same. So you can see that I'm constantly going in and shaping it. I do the bottom, I do the top. I try not to touch too much of the middle, no, what's a good word? On the inward part of my brow because I don't want anything to be too harsh. So to highlight my brow and clean it up a little, I'm going to take that same concealer, and this is just like an angled brush, and I'm just running that underneath my brow. I'm really not carving it out or anything like that. I'm really just cleaning up any excess like areas I might have hit with that brow pen that I didn't mean to. So once I put the closest layer to my brow, I go ahead and drag down the excess product that is left on the angled brush. So you can see it right there. I'm really just cleaning off my brush, and why not highlight the brow a little bit. So that's it. That's what I do. That is my brow. I would say just practice makes perfect. For my eyes, I'm going to be going in with Limit from the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. And I'm taking that on a Sigma E35, and I'm just putting that all over my crease. It's a really neutral, muted purple pink shade that you're going to have to build up. So you can see when I started off, it really didn't have any color, but after building and building, it becomes more saturated with probably like a mid-tone purple shade. To deepen it up, I'm going to take Dark Side, and I'm taking that on a more dense brush, and I'm really just packing that into my crease. So I'm sorry the footage sucks here. I really must have got like distracted while doing my makeup, and I totally forgot to realize to keep my head centered. But you see that I am just pushing that into my crease, and then I'm going in with my original brush. I used the first brush, and I'm going to blend it all out. So blend it all out, pack it in, blend it out a little bit. Don't destroy the work that you've done though. So make sure when you blend it out, you're lightly touching that and focusing more on the edges of the work you just did. And for my lid color, I am putting on Liar from the Naked 3 palette as well. I went ahead and created the same look on the other eye, and now I'm just cleaning up what we've done, maybe saturating the colors a little bit more. I always go back and I just add some, blend out some more. It's really a work in progress until you are done with your look. For contouring and to warm up my face today, I'm going to be taking Benefit Hoola, which I've been using all the time recently. I really just love it, and I'm taking that on my Nars Eta brush, and I am making a harsh line for my contour. So this is just the way I do it. I know some people like do their contour first and finish it and then move on to something else, but I do the lines of my contour first, just to make sure like I have kind of a map of what my whole look is going to be, and then I move on to my forehead. I don't know why I do that. It is not a structured process or anything. That's always just where I start. So I'm going to be taking that product and putting it on my temples and blending it up into my hairline. I want this whole look to be pretty warm, so I'm just going to lay on the bronzer, and hey, I do that anyway, so here I go. To blend out my contour, I almost take like maybe a little bit of product and I put it right in the line that I already did, and then I start working it up. So I work it up and back and forth from my hairline to my nose kind of, but make sure you stay on or above that line. If you go anywhere else, it's going to defeat the purpose. So make sure you're staying on that line, blending up just back and forth, and back to the line again. And also my favorite part is contouring my double chin. You can get like a super structured chin if you contour your chin. So I love doing that, especially for photos. And you can even see in the video right here that it makes such a difference. See, it's just like it creates that shadow right under your jawline, and it's like shaving off that fat. It is the best thing ever. Be super careful though, because if you don't blend enough, it is really noticeable. So since we were correcting our eyes, I'm just going to make sure my under eyes don't collect any eyeshadow that warms up on my skin and stays there. So I'm kind of constantly just monitoring my under eye area to make sure nothing sticks. To warm up my complexion even more, I'm taking Milani Bronze Glow Bronzer, and you've seen me talk about this in my favorites and my last tutorial, but I just really love it. It creates such a warm glow, so I'm just putting that all over my face. I'm bronzing more with it, so I'm putting it absolutely everywhere. I'm not focusing and concentrating the color like I would be if I were contouring. Finishing up my eyes, I just did the smallest line of liquid liner, and then I am just coating my eyes with mascara. So I make the weirdest faces when I do this. When I edit, I just see what a creep I am. Honestly, I'm just such... Oh god, I'm so weird. Okay, yeah, so just coat your lashes. I'm not using anything special. I go through all these little tiny samples of mascara, so I don't really have a favorite right now. So I added some lashes, and I used Pixie Luxe lashes from House of Lashes. And then for my under eye, I just ran that mid-tone purple shade underneath my eye, which I didn't capture on film either because I'm stupid. To line my eyes, I'm going in with MAC Nightmoth, and it is a lip liner, but I had nothing a dark purple color, so I made it work. For my cheeks, I'm going in with Benefit Rockateur Blush, which is just a pretty rose gold color, and I love the way it pairs with purple. To highlight, I'm going in with Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo in shade number 1, and it's a really pinky silver highlight, so I'm just putting that on the top of my cheeks, maybe a little bit on the apple of my cheeks, above the arch of my brow, which I love, on my nose, and on my cupid's bow. And it's just such a pretty glow. It's very feminine. I love how sweet and romantic it looks. For my lip combo, I'm going to be taking MAC Cosmetics Soar, which is a pretty pink mauve, and I am focusing on the outside corners of my lips first. I like doing that because I usually overdraw the middle of my lip, so if you start from the edge, it really gives you kind of like a map of where you need your lines to finish anyways. So I'm just aligning my lips here, and then I'm going to be going in with Dose of Color Stone Liquid Lipstick, which is absolutely everything right now. It's very popular, but this formulation of lipsticks is just perfect, super comfortable, and long wearing. So that completes my look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, and my brow highlight, by the way, is MAC Shroom. In case you're wondering what that glow is, MAC Shroom is like impeccable. You need it. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!